Hallo, liebe Schüler. Today we are looking at an activity that is asking for us to freely respond to some questions in the German present perfect tense. We are working in our Arbeitsheft of the Wir Neu 2 series on page 61. So let's go ahead and get started on these activities. Our first question is asking us, Was hast du gestern gemacht? So this question is asking us, what did you do yesterday? Notice in our questions, they are always using a helping verb. And in our answers, we're going to want to make sure that we continue with the helping verb. All right, notice also that gemacht is our past participle. Gemacht is always going to use a helping verb form of haben. Okay, so a past participle is stuck with one particular helping verb. You can't necessarily switch it to an is form all of a sudden. They have to stay the same. So in our answer, you would want it to look like something like this. Ich habe gestern eine Karte gemacht. So that's an example of what they're looking for us to do. Notice that I have my helping verb right here. It's a form of haben. It has correct subject-verb agreement because it goes along with ich. Another thing to remember in German are time statements. So in German, a time statement can either start your sentence and be in first position. That's going to require you to invert your word order. By that, I would have had to have wrote, Gestern habe ich eine Karte gemacht. I like to put my time in third position when I'm teaching students who are new to this concept because it's more likely to get your word order right. Ich habe gestern eine Karte gemacht. So let's talk about the other questions and I'll give you some time to work on those answers. So in number 2, it says, Wo bist du letzten Sommer gewesen? Let's label the meaning of gewesen, and it means was or were. So this is asking us, where were you last summer? And let's go ahead and underline that helping verb, because when we write it from the ich point of view, we're going to want to have an ich bin in that case. Let's also explain the other questions before you get started. Wohin bist du letzte Woche gefahren? Where to did you drive last week? So notice gefahren is going to go with a bist form of a helping verb. It's a sign verb. An easy way to remember some of these verbs and how to know if they're a haben or a sein form is that gefahren includes motion. So motion from point A to point B. Motion from point A to point B verbs are always going to be a form of sein. There are exceptions to that rule. There are additional verbs that can have forms of sein as their helping verb. But the ones that motion from point A to point B are going to be sein forms. So let's look at the next one, number 4. Wann hast du Peter gesehen? When did you see Peter? So notice we have a haben form as our helping verb this time. Number 5, wann hast du Hausaufgaben gemacht? When did you do homework? So notice again, hast goes with gemacht, just like it did up here. A past participle is not going to change the helping verb it works with. Okay, they're lifetime partners. They stay together. And number 3, wen hast du in der Schule gesehen? Now, this is a good word to review. The word wen comes from the word wer, which means who. Now, if I see someone, that makes them my accusative direct object. So that's why wer changed to wen. So this question is asking me, who did I see or who did you see in school? So take a few minutes. Let's pause the video, and I want you to try some of these questions on your own. Try to answer them in complete sentences, and I want you to include the information from the question in your answer. So if it has a time statement in the question, I want you to include that time statement in the answer. Like, for example, number 2. Wo bist du letzten Sommer gewesen? Where were you last summer? I would want you to answer in a complete thought of, I was last summer in wherever you were. Same thing with number 6. Wen hast du in der Schule gesehen? Who did you see in school? I would want you to say something like, I saw Sam in school. Okay, so please make sure you're answering these in a complete thought. Also, a pointer that people often will forget. These past participles, see how they're at the end of all your questions? Your past participles are going to be at the end of all your sentences. So go ahead and pause the video and practice. All right, so let's go through some final answers here, some samples, so that you can make sure that you have these right. It's really important when we're getting started that you go back and you change any answers if you didn't have them structured right. So we did number 1 already, so let's start on number 2. Wo bist du letzten Sommer gewesen? Where were you last summer? So I see that it's going to be a Sein form. So ich bin, then I need my time statement in third position, letzten Sommer, in Deutschland gewesen. Notice my past participles at the end. My helping verb is in the second position. And here's my time in third position. Number 3, wohin bist du letzte Woche gefahren? Where did you drive to last week? Let's see here. So we start out, ich. I notice it's a bist. Goes with the helping verb in the question. I have to use a form of sign in my statement then if I keep using gefahren. Like I mentioned before, a helping verb is stuck with the past participle. It cannot change. So, a little rule when you're taking a quiz or test. Look at the helping verb used in your question and use that one in your answer. Ich bin, now our time statement. Letzte Woche. Now, when we want to drive someplace, we're going to use the word nach, N-A-C-H, if we're going to a geographic location, like a city or a country. We would use the word zu if we're going to smaller destinations. Ich bin letzte Woche, let's say, nach Chicago gefahren. So I chose a geographic location, so I would use nach. Number 4, wann hast du Peter gesehen? So I noticed that gesehen goes with the helping verb of hat. So I would start out with ich habe Peter. Oh, wait, hang on, I forgot I have to add a time statement in third position. Ich habe gestern Peter gesehen. Number 5. Wann hast du Hausaufgaben gemacht? When did you do homework? I see it's a hast, it goes with gemacht, so I start out with the ich habe. Ich habe am Samstag Hausaufgaben gemacht. Finally, number 6, wen hast du in der Schule gesehen? Who did you see in school? So notice it's hat. Haben form goes with gesehen, so I picked ich habe. Let's do something a little more creative here than just throwing in someone's name. If I see somebody, that makes them my accusative direct object. So if I want to say I saw my friend, and he happens to be a boy, his name is Max, let's say, then I would say ich habe meinen, because he's accusative, Freund, gesehen. I am the subject who saw him. He is masculine, a der word, And in the accusative, der changes to den and the rest stay the same. So there's a number of things to think about when you're first learning the present perfect tense. You want to think about, okay, what helping verb do I need? Did I get my past participle at the end of my sentence? If there is a time statement, did I put it next to my verb in the front of the sentence, either in first or third position? And did I have any other case changes? So it starts to get to be a lot of things to look for. It does get easier with time. Just keep practicing.